Hey everyone, it's Yvette and welcome back. So I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I wanted to talk to you guys today about my top foundations for summer. And this I thought would be pretty important because there's a lot of different skin types out there. I'm very oily and these foundations work wonders for my skin. Now I do have other foundations, however there is no way in heck I will be wearing those during the summer because my face would be an oil slick and that is not cute. I do not want that feeling, especially on a really hot, humid day. That is like the worst thing in the world. So I didn't really want to put like a number on my foundations. I only actually have 5 that I grabbed for during this summer, and I really didn't mean it to be like a top 5. But out of all my foundations, these are the only ones I use. So let's start off with the drugstore foundations first because they are the more affordable ones. However, I'm really picky when it comes to drugstore foundations because there's a big chance that most of the formulas do clog my pores. I have to be careful with them. And I have tried a lot of drugstore foundations, and these are the ones that seem to help my skin during the summer where I don't get crazy oily, and it looks good even when you get like a little bit sweaty and stuff during the day. It's not like sweating off your face, and it just kind of stays put, it gives a good coverage and doesn't clog my pores. So the very first one is actually the Maybelline Fit Me liquid foundation, and I've loved this since the day it came out. I remember like the first ad for it, I had it because they were saying like there's no oil in it and there's SPF 18. It is really buildable, it's great. So I love a really thin layer and I like to set that with a setting powder. Usually I do like to use the Maybelline Fit Me powder to set this with, but it really holds up during the summer months. And I remember I've used it every single summer since this came out, and I think it was like 2 summers now, and now this is like the 3rd summer, so it's really good stuff. Then the other one that I really like is the Garnier BB Cream. I was scared to try this one because I didn't know if I was gonna like it. Everyone said the formula is really liquidy, which it is, but as soon as you apply it, it kind of like dries. It's kind of different. I think that's why I love it because it kind of really sets and it's not gonna budge. It doesn't really go anywhere. You lightly have to set it with just a setting powder. Sometimes I even use my Coty Airspun just for a really light dusting. It doesn't need much of a setting powder, and I do get hours and hours of wear out of this. This also has SPF 20. This is the light medium one. I could probably go and get the darker one now that I'm self-tanning and everything, but it's great. This is the one for combo to oily skin, so I do recommend this. Moving on to my other foundations, I think this is my #1 foundation, and it's the Bare Minerals Bare Skin. This is the Pure Brightening Serum Foundation, SPF 20. I am not even kidding. You barely need any product, and it just gives you this beautiful finish. It's like a glow, you know, from within. I just can't believe you only need 3 drops on each side of your face, and that is plenty. This stuff is awesome, and I don't use the brush that goes with it. I think it's kind of a waste in my opinion. Not only is there like 18 ingredients in here or something like that, I mean, you have to really shake it up before you use it. Well, the sun decided to come back out, okay. And I just love it because you look dewy, but you're not dewy. You're actually pretty matte, so it's kind of weird. I think it's called like a satin finish, I'm not quite sure, but it's just great stuff. So I highly recommend it to anybody that has oily skin. You just have to make sure you set it with the right powder. I set this with the actual Bare Minerals pressed powder, which I'll put the name down below. It's the pressed powder, not the loose powder. but a little bit to set it is plenty, because too much powder and this can look really cakey. So you have to be careful. But for the most part, I'm obsessed with this. Now, if I want a foundation that's a little bit more of a fuller coverage, the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus is my go-to for that. Even during the summer, this is just perfect. It gives me a matte finish. I don't get shiny easy. It's oil-free and it's water-resistant, it says. I really like it because it does mattify my face. I love it with like a really bold lip. There's like nothing better than a matte face with a bright lip. That's like my two favorite things in the world. And I really do love this stuff. It doesn't let my shine come through easy. I do get, I think it's like 12 hours out of this. It's crazy how much I get out of this. So this is definitely a go-to for me. So I do recommend this if you want a really pretty good coverage foundation. This is definitely the one for you. Okay, and then last but not least, the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream and Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum with SPF 50 is my go-to on like the daily, especially for work. This has replaced my tinted moisturizer. I just cannot get enough of it. It is amazing. I put it on before I go running. I put it on when I want to go lay out. I do love it that it is SPF 50. And the other day I laid out with this on, like full face of makeup, and I was sweating and everything, you know, just because it was so hot outside. I came inside and I thought my face was going to look like a complete disaster, and my makeup stayed in place. I could not believe it. So I really think this is just purely the ultimate CC cream for anybody that has oily skin, because it really does work. I don't get shiny from it. I go all day without having to blot my face. It's just a beautiful thing. So I will link my review for this down below so you guys can check that out. But I set this with a little bit of my Bare Minerals pressed powder, and it's just amazing. Kind of is like the Bare Minerals. It's a little bit dewy but not matte. It's right in between, and it's just, it gives really great coverage on its own. So you almost don't even need to set it, but I do set it because I do have oily skin and I just don't want that chance of my makeup sliding off. But it's perfect for hot summer days. I mean, putting it to the test by laying out and coming in, and I was in shock as to how well it still looked on my face. That just meant a lot. So I figured this, you just can't go wrong with this. So of course, this is gonna be part of my foundation arsenal for summertime, but I just love every single thing about this. So go try this out. If you haven't tried it out, you will not be disappointed with this. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. These will be my foundations that I'll be grabbing for throughout summer, depending on, you know, my occasion, if I'm going out or if I need something, you know, from early morning to last me to the end of the day, if I want more of a heavier coverage or a lighter coverage. I mean, that's why I wanted to add a little bit of everything into here so you guys can see the differences as to why I really do like each and every one. They kind of have like a reason. Now, I'm not saying these foundations wouldn't work for people that have dry skin or combination skin, but I have oily skin and this works for me. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Really quick, look who wanted to say hi, little